Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and are making some really good trades. And let's dive right into the analysis here. So overall, the markets actually had a very big turning point on Friday. The political news started coming out, but we did have a nice rally at the beginning of the day with that good PCE data, but kind of all fell apart near the end of the day. Now we have clear bearish divergence here. Looks like this wave is completely finished. So now we'll be looking for a pullback, right? We'll be looking for a pullback and a dip buying opportunity, although this is a wave 4. So looking for a pretty shallow pullback and ultimately to continue higher afterwards. So at the moment, I think we have a nice little gap fill area here all the way down at 536, although I'm not so sure if we're going to be able to get there. But again, things are starting to look a little bit oversold on the smaller time frames, 45-minute. But again, there's still some room for downside here on the 4-hour. So this is why I still think that maybe even though we still get a pullback, we'll still get some more upside, further down the road. And I think people are getting too bearish here, and yeah, that's just my opinion, right? And then you can take a look at the IWM. IWM actually had a nice rally as well at the beginning of the day. Big gap up here, big gap up, and then sold off as well. But you saw some dip buying into the close. So looks like it's just another 1-2-1-2 setup for this to continue higher, really. And this could still be a 3 here. So again, I'm just going to be patient and sit on my hands and hold the current positions that I have. Big congratulations to the Discord members. You guys who signed up for the premium channel. We actually did some really good trades throughout the week. We actually closed 131% winner on Tesla. So we're up over $6,000 on just on 1 week on these option trades here. So again, I think we have a lot more gains to come throughout the year. So feel free to sign up with the link in the description. All right, let me continue on, and I'll take a look at the SPY on Market Cipher. So Market Cipher is still showing some bullish action here. We did get a nice little pullback. So again, you're starting to see green money flow starting to come back here. If you get on the smaller time frames, you'll see it's starting to diminish. I'm pretty sure the 24-minute is still in the green, but it could bounce and fail and go lower. That's what I said about the QQQ as well, right? I said this bounce here it's possible that the 4 is in, but in the case that we do bounce, expect and then we fail, then expect some more downside, but it's going to be a dip buy opportunity. So the QQQ, very quickly, just give you guys a target here. Now that we went higher, the target gets raised as well, but it can still go as low as 465, right? So you still got a gap fill area down here on the triple Qs. So that'd be a nice dip buy opportunity if we do end up rolling over and filling that gap, and then hopefully we see buyers step back in. But I think people are getting too bearish too quick. Just over a little bit of political news, you saw the treasury yields starting to spike up. So let's talk about that very quickly. We'll take a look at the TLT, the 20-year treasury bond. Right now, you saw a big pullback in the 20-year bond, but again, in my opinion, I think it's just another 1-2 setup in a bigger count here that's going to lead us towards the upside. I think you're getting pretty oversold on the smaller time frames. Yeah, like the 45-minute looks like it's done. And if it is, then this was just a 3-wave correction. It's a little bit hard to see because there's so many gaps in the TLT. But yeah, this could be just another 3-wave move down, and then for us to go higher. And then when you take a look at the dollar, right? So the dollar started to reverse as well, but a break above 106.5 obviously would change the entire counts here. Not only the dollar, but possibly the yields and the market as well. So maybe if the dollar continues to push higher, then we're going to have a significant change in our counts, especially on the small caps and in the tech sector indices like the triple Qs and the S&P. So if it's really gonna breach 106.5 on the DXY, then maybe you can start to put the B in here, and this is gonna break all the way back down, and you're gonna start a big capitulation. But I don't think that's what's coming. I'm just gonna remain bullish because the trend is still strong with the bulls here, and there's no reason to start to panic for just because the dollar is going up. It hasn't broken the highs, so it's technically still bearish. All right, let me continue on and we'll take a look here at a few individual names. So the Apple stock, right? Apple started to pull back again here. Could still possibly be in a 4, but to me it looks like it's finished. And what you have is a 1-2 setup, right? For it to go higher and then make a new nominal high. And then we'll take a look here at Amazon. So Amazon also pulling back, possibly pulling back in a 4, but right now it looks like it's still possibly in its 3 wave. Right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? So that's possibly what's happening with Amazon here. Let me just illustrate it a little bit better. A little bit choppy there. Wave 2, wave 3, and there's your count, right? And no, you're still valid. You're still good. So this could have been a dip buy maybe at the close, and then you're gonna finish the third wave next week. But if we do get more downside, then this is gonna change the count for Amazon. Right, if the market wants to get more downside, then it's going to change maybe the whole count to another 1-2 setup. Let's take a look at Meta. So Meta pulling back pretty hard as well. I was expecting a 3-3 moment, but I guess we're doing another 1-2 maybe. And it's just really simple because until you really get a big break in the trend, then it's just 1-2s all the way up. And then Tesla's playing out. I mean, like I was talking about Tesla for 1-2 setups, and then you got a beautiful one going on here. I think this is actually maybe it's the third wave here finishing up. There we go. They got the third wave of this wave here, and then you get a dip buy coming, and then you're gonna do another high. So, and then you'll finish up this third wave as well once you make that higher high. But 205, 210 should be some good resistance here for Tesla. Let's take a look at NVDA. So NVIDIA is a lot more bearish than what people think, but it still would end up being a great buying opportunity if it does end up reversing. So let's see if this is still the accurate count that we got going on. Target interest, or in terms of the target area. So yeah, the target area is pretty much the same, hasn't really changed. 105.5 is your first dip buy, and then all the way down to 91. So ultimately, it's still going to be very strong buying it's still going to be a big buying opportunity, and then you're going to make one more high, and that'll finish most of the counts here for Nvidia. And then we may have a significant top, right? Unless you erase divergence. Then if you erase divergence, you're just going to keep going higher. All right, let's cover some of the crypto miners, right? So crypto mining companies like Mara, to me, look like they're setting up for a C leg here and an extension of the X wave. Once this is done, maybe we'll have a nominal high in Bitcoin, right? You'll make a new high, but it won't be too much, maybe 80,000 to 100,000, and then you'll have a bigger pullback and a bigger correction to come afterwards. So that's what I'll be looking for on Mara, and then a very big buying opportunity once Bitcoin does correct back down. I think probably the last correction in Bitcoin that's going to come, if it does come, that's going to be your last chance to maybe buy a lot of these miners. Maybe you'll see Hut Mining pull all the way back down to the $6, $8 level again. So for those of you who weren't watching my channel back here in April, I was saying $7, $6 is a strong buying opportunity for a long-term rally, and then the price went up 142%. I don't always get these right, but when I do, you know, these charts play out amazingly. And right now it looks like you still have maybe another fifth wave coming, right? So you got a 1, 2, and now you're in a 3 moment, and then 2, and then a 5, right? Maybe 4. Sorry, pull back in a 4 here is finished, and then you'll make another high in a fifth wave, all the way back to $20, maybe a double top to 22. Who knows? And then a huge pullback once again. And once this consolidation is done, then you're going to explode out of these levels here for Hut Mining. Okay, let's talk about oil and natural gas. So oil, I think a little bit more upside is gonna be coming for oil. You probably have, probably setting up for another 3, 4, 5, another 5 waves up here, and then it'll be finished, and then a bigger correction will come in oil. And then we'll take a look here at natural gas and oil, and sorry, not natural gas, but we'll take a look at gold and silver. So gold and silver heavily impacted by the DXY. I think it's setting up for a very big rally here. Although you can get more downside just because, you know, we're chopping sideways in this wave 4 doesn't mean we can't go lower. But I think we are coming to an end here. We're starting to hit some support levels from previous resistances from a while back, right? $28, $29 is going to be strong support, and then we should see 5 waves up out of here. And a lot of people are waiting for this rally in silver. I might start a position next week, but I think we're nearing a low here for silver as the DXY is starting to top out. If not, if the DXY breaks above and we continue to push higher, then you're gonna have a really bearish scenario in silver, where this is a 3-wave move up, and then you're gonna get 3 waves down, and you're gonna get silver crashing all the way back down to $18, $19. But I don't think that's the likely scenario to play out. Okay, 4 waves. Wave 4 should be finished. Possibly another 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another 1, 2 setup maybe. So we'll have to see how this plays out. You got 3 waves down, and then we'll have to see. I mean, we just gotta be patient with gold and silver here, but just accumulating gold miners, GDX, GDXJs, GDXU for those who are more risk averse, right? The leverage plays. I'm still in my position, and I'm expecting a continuation towards the upside. Okay, so let's wrap things up here. So ultimately, we are probably gonna be getting a little bit more downside in the markets, but I think if the yields reverse and the dollar reverses, then ultimately the dips may not come, and if they don't come, then you're just gonna continue to melt up here, and you're gonna. I mean, the bears are screaming, you know, big bearish divergence, right? Are pretty close to it. I don't think the Nasdaq didn't make, no, it didn't make a nominal high here on this chart. There we go. S&P got big bearish divergence. You mean a new high? Oh my God, look at that divergence. It's just perfect setup, right? But what happens if you push higher and you erase this divergence? Right? And you're short and you're just holding. I'm not gonna short yet. You know, we still got bearish divergence, and you push up to 6%, and now you erase divergence. Now you're underwater on your short position, and you're forced to close because you have an invalidation on your short. So you gotta know when to call these tops, and I think there's still possibly a lot more upside to come, but we'll see. We'll see if the market wants to top out here, then we are going to short on the wave to bounce back up, because nothing goes down in a straight line. This won't be a crash, and we'll play this one by ear. Okay, we'll be patient with it. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. This is the I believe Canada Day long weekend. I'm going to be enjoying it as well, but I'll keep up to date with you guys inside the Discord. And if you guys want to get access to my trades, the link's in the description.